Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today we're going to be talking about Medomai. Not, it's not tribal. Hell, it barely has any creatures in it. But it is. I think they call the term for this taking turns. It's a taking turns deck. I mean, because that's the theme. Y'all know how big I am on themes. It is a 4/4 flying general that you absolutely want to do combat damage with. So with that in mind, that's kind of where I went with it. Now, we'll go ahead. I do have an inordinate more amount of mana rocks that I normally do because, let's face it, a lot of these extra turn cards are not exactly cheap. So these are my mana rocks. It helps get your general out quick. It helps, speed up your mana. Now, also with Medomai, you need to deal combat damage to a player. So that's why I've got a lot of equipment and enchantments that actually help it. Like this one makes it unblockable. Does give it Shroud, which is also a bonus. Trample, so that even 1 point of damage gets through the opponent, it triggers. Swiftfoot, hexproof, that's pretty much it. Now, Fire Shrieker is the equipment because he will deal combat damage twice. She. I do not know what the designation for Medomai is. So, anyway. Non-basic land walk is pretty much unblockability in our format because, let's face it, everybody's got them, even monocolor decks. Now, that's a win ability. So, you get to do it twice with the Resonator. And I swear to you, Stronic Resonator is just one of those cards that when it saw print, I was like, why? There can be no flavor for this. It's just them sitting around a table going, you know what? We haven't made a card that does this. How about a giant tuning fork? Anyway, Elixir. It looks like there's a glare on the bottom. I don't know. And Vincer's Journal rounds out the artifacts. I have 2 walkers. Let's get to those in a little bit. First off, this is what we're here for. Taking turns. Plea for power. Kinda, sorta, Time Warp. The old favorite part, the Water Veil. Temporal Mastery. Walk the Eons. Temporal Trespass. Apologies on the foreign language. It takes an extra turn and has Delve. And then it exiles. And then, of course, the stretch. There's lots of time like the present. I love that flavor text. It is amazing. Now, because we do not have, just a ton of creatures, I do have some mass removal in the form of, board wipes. Of course, I'm playing white-blue, so there's no reason not to play Supreme Verdict. Well, I do have white-blue decks that don't play it. Either A, they have a lot of creatures, or B, don't have that many of them. Yeah, evidently I buy boxes of foreign stuff. Running out of the English copies and having to go to the alternate language. Now, I haven't seen Cast Through Time used with a lot of the taking turns, but you know what? Seems really good. I have not actually drawn it while playing. I think I've only played the deck twice or so. But anyway, your extra turn cards having a rebound seems a little good. Or maybe, you just twin cast them and then get both of those rebounded. Battle Mastery grants the double strike for the 2 extra turns. So does True Conviction. Invisibility, just, because not a lot of decks play walls. I mean, you've got the occasional Doran player, but not a lot of decks do it. good old-fashioned staples: Counterspell, Disenchant, Brainstorm, Sphinx's Rev, Teferi's Moat. I need to get me this is a prime example here of a deck that needs Propaganda and Ghostly Prison because they're just a natural fit for the deck. But, you know, they're not present. Attention Sphere, Oblivion Ring, Ponder. Hindering Light's pretty decent. It does replace itself. FOF. Now, because like I said, we don't have a whole ton of creatures, we're going to play the trio of, what I call the Debo enchantments. I like it. It's mine. Anyway, Plea for Guidance goes and gets whatever we need. Here again, this will be great for you. I need those two. Unfortunately, everybody else in the world does too, and they're not, bulk. Rider Replication. Reason why Rider Replication's in there is because we don't have a whole lot of creatures, but the ones we do have, a whole bunch of copies might not be bad. Like Drogskull Reaver. This guy does not get a lot of love. Yes, he's 7 mana for a 3/5, so I can understand it. But flying, double strike, and lifelink, and whenever you gain life, draw a card. So you're going to draw 2 cards just off his attack. From the first strike damage and then the regular damage. So, and that's just him. So there's, this is really good, I think. We have a test subject. Mainly because, 13/13, y'all. Silverblade Paladin pairs with the General, of course, to give it double strike. I looked hard at taking the Inkwell out. I really did. Trample, Shroud, Island Walk. It's one of those cards that just doesn't really, I needed creatures. It doesn't really fit the theme of what I was doing, but until I find, maybe this is where either my Propaganda or Prison goes. I don't know, but he's a house. Actually, he's a convenience store because he's 7-Eleven, always open. Anyway, Sarah Avatar is a great card to Rite of Replicate or even clone. Now, Sarge. Okay, I don't know if I've ever explained this or not. The Lighthouse Chronologist I have called Sarge for years and years. There was a, not sure if you are familiar with an old, this is getting off of Magic completely, so please forgive me. There's an old episode of a show called Red versus Blue. It's an internet show. It's based off of the video game Halo. The crew down at Rooster Teeth does it. They do a hell of a funny job. I haven't watched any of the recent stuff, but I did buy the first 5 seasons. I think in somewhere season 2, 3, somewhere like that. It's really, really funny. I think it was one of the very first, what do they call that, machinime, where they use an already existing thing like Halo, and they make little movies and shows out of it. Well, one of the characters' name is Sarge, and they are all down on the ground, and they're lined up, and they're taking pot shots at one of their team members. Yes, it's that kind of humor. And they're taking turns, and you see Sarge shoot, and he says, there's a no, it was my turn. He goes, no, you don't understand the order. It's me, you, me, you, me, him, me, you, me, me. He's like, wait a minute, doesn't that mean you get to go like twice or 10 times as much? He goes, and then he shoots again. And it's like, but I thought it was my turn. He goes, nope, this is the lightning round. Who's in the lightning round? Me! So anyway, that's why I have always called this guy Sarge. because he is Sarge. Here's how it works. You level him up. It's me, then you, then me, then you, then me, you. And he's got light. I mean, this is the lightning round, starring Sarge and me. Anyway, I love Lighthouse Chronologist. The level up being 1 is beautiful because most of the time when you cast him, you're just going to cast him for 9. I mean, that's just all there is to it. Not bad. Of course, we have Jace Beleren, a little bit of card draw. Late game, I mean, let's face it, he's card draw. I mean, unless somebody else has already committed deep to the milling strategy, you're not doing it. I mean, maybe crazy late game, but everybody's favorite kitty cat, Caller of the Pride here. He makes your general bigger. Excuse me. And, you know, he kind of goes with our slight life theme. That is what I have got for Mr. Medomai. I do appreciate you watching. Y'all let me know what you think. But right now, we're going to shuffle and cut.